Oh man, we back with another video, guys. Today we're gonna be making Japanese curry, which is gonna be a super simple, probably one of the easiest recipes that you will ever make. On the table we have chicken thighs and an apple. That was the apple. Ginger. Of course, we gotta have some good rice to go with it. We got jasmine rice today. Carrots, potatoes is in the back over there. And then our star of the show, golden curry. You can find this at Walmart, maybe at Kroger. I got it at Walmart. But this right here is what's going to be our little star. This is the main character right here. That's gonna take our flavor up by 100. But all right. So, Japanese curry, let's go ahead and get into it. You already know that the recipe is going to be in the description. And make sure you guys follow along. Here we go. Let's start with cutting our vegetables. Carrots first. Obviously, before we get chopping, we want to peel our carrots first. So, let's just start by peeling. And we got our handy dandy Mr. Peeler here. So now we just chop. So let's cut the top off, cut the end off, and then we're just gonna cut it into nice bite-sized pieces. Nice bite-sized pieces, you know, just like this. So that right there is nice bite-sized pieces. We're just gonna cut our carrots, all our carrots like that. Again, top off, bottom off. Cut on a diagonal, of course. And honestly, you can make your carrots as thick as you want them. You know, it's your food, all about personal preference. But this right here is fine for me. That right there is our carrots. On to our next veggie. Potatoes. So same deal. Peeling potatoes. Peeler. Make sure you peel away from your hand. That way, you don't hurt yourself. And for potatoes, the best potato to use is actually the Yukon Golds. But we're going to use russet today because this is what I had on hand. And I definitely want to get rid of the potatoes before they go bad. So dope. So we got 3 potatoes peeled, and then with our potatoes, we're literally just going to cut them in half. Cut them in half again. That way we got, you know, 2 ends. Then we're just gonna cut them in bite-sized pieces. So little chunks. And this is pretty much going to be our potatoes. You know, simple like that. So we're just going to do all our potatoes like this. We're going to sit these into a bowl of cold water. That way they don't turn brown on us while we prep our other ingredients. And so the starch can kind of get out. An onion. So, I mean, onion, pretty easy. You know, cut the opposite end. Don't cut this end, because if you cut this end off, you're going to start crying. Don't cut that, cut this end. And I cut that end first because it makes peeling the onion so much easier. See how easy that skin comes off once you actually take that part away. Look at that. Whole thing off in one go. Almost one go. See, skin comes right off. All right, and then we're going to start from the top here, which is our little bulb. Start from there. Then we're just going to cut it in half. And usually we would dice, but not this time. Actually, we're just going to go straight across. And that's going to give us little onion ribbons like this. So do that for our onions. That's our onions. And that is our chicken thighs. This is the last thing that we need to prep. You may or may not have to prep this yourselves, but the reason I have to prep it is because I always buy, whenever I go to the store, bone-in chicken thighs. The reason I always buy bone-in chicken thighs is because they're the cheapest cut of meat, right? If you buy chicken breasts, that's going to run you about 15, well, hold up. Chicken breast at this size container at Walmart is going to run you about $16 to $18. But this one only cost $8.57. Literally paying half the price for a chicken, and it's a large pack. So I always buy bone-in chicken thighs because it's super simple to just, you know, come in, take the skin off. You know what I'm saying? Just take the skin off. Peel the skin off just like that, and then you can keep the skin if you want to make like a chicken stock, your own chicken stock. And then we just go in and then just take the bone out. So and then the bone you can save with the skin, and then you put this in the freezer and you can make a good chicken stock out of this. So, you know, $8, you're getting a lot of food. You know, you get chicken stock, you get boneless chicken thighs, and then you can also, you know what I'm saying, this can also make soup, which is just chicken stock anyway. But I've seen people make soup out of this stuff. So get a lot more food for your money. So I always buy bone-in chicken thighs. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and prep our chicken thighs. Okay, dope. So now that our chicken is already prepped and ready to go, now here, believe it or not, we actually don't need any seasoning at all. Like, usually, you know, nigga put onion powder, garlic powder, a bunch of extra stuff on it. We don't need any seasoning for this one. I actually prefer with no seasoning, but just because I haven't tried it yet, this time we're just gonna go down with a light sprinkle of just salt and pepper, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else. Just salt and pepper. But other than that, we don't need any seasoning for the chicken because, again, like our star of the show is little bro right here. This right here has so much flavor in it that I promise you, you don't need any seasoning for this. But salt anyway, just because I don't know what it tastes like. Okay, and that's our chicken. So let's go ahead and head over to the stove top. Stove top, obviously. We're gonna go down with our vegetable oil. Neutral oil for this one. And we're just gonna go down and sear our chicken. Let our chicken get a nice sear on it. Go. So as you can see, we got a little bit of color on that chicken. Not too much, just because, you know, seasoning help give it chicken color, but that right there isn't bad. Again, not trying to cook it all the way through, just trying to get a good color on it. Then we're gonna take it back to our cutting board and chop it and dice it. Yo, so that's our chicken. Now that our chicken done, onions gonna go in next. So we're gonna stir our onions. We want our onions to get nice and coated in all of that oil. That way they don't dry or burn. And then while these are cooking, we are going to go down with a little knob of butter. We're just trying to get these onions to caramelize, release their sugar content. And that's going to really help bring out the flavor of the curry. You see they're a bit browned, starting to hit that caramel color. Now we're going to go down with some garlic. Just cooking it till it's fragrant. And right now, it's fragrant. It smells amazing. Now we go in with our onions and our carrots. I said our onions and carrots. I meant carrots and potatoes. Got a good stir. And now we're going to go down with 4 cups of water. Here you would want to use chicken stock, but I don't have chicken stock, so we're going to go with some water. And then we're gonna go with our beef bouillon, which pretty much just makes chicken stock. So, you just add just the water, or you can use like little bouillon cubes. That pretty much is gonna be our little makeshift chicken stock. See, it's already kind of looking like curry now. We got this all together. We're gonna come in and grate our apple into the mixture. Apple, then we're gonna go down with some Worcestershire. We'll work this sauce right here. And then last but not least, some ketchup. Then our chicken pieces are gonna go right back in. Give that a nice mix. Then we're gonna put our lid on and bring it to a simmer. All right. So this has been simmering for about 20 minutes now. Our final step to the dish is we're gonna add our golden curry. Take out the pack. It comes in a little pack like this. Put it off, and then you get this little curry bar. That literally you just take out, super soft, almost like a chocolate bar. Break it up in little pieces, and then that's gonna go in there. That's pretty much just going to melt inside of our dish here. That's pretty much gonna melt. Then we'll come back after 10 minutes. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes, and this right here is our final dish. So as you can see, thanks to that little curry piece, this is thickened up quite a bit. Thickened up a lot, actually. Look at that consistency. Look at that. So from here, literally, like, just serve over rice and then we good. Or if it's not thick enough to your liking, then you could just go down with just a little bit of cornstarch and water. So you can make a cornstarch slurry, which I'm gonna do right now just because I do like it a little bit thicker than this. And for those who don't know what a cornstarch slurry is, it's literally just cornstarch and water mixed together. When you mix it together, it forms like a white liquid, almost like a paste that when you pour it into something, it thickens up dramatically, like a gravy or something. So we just pour that in, and then watch how fast this thickens up because of that. It's gonna thicken up a lot more just because of that cornstarch slurry. You don't believe me? Try it yourself. See, it's already thickening up. See, much thicker, right? You can see it's falling off the spoon much slower than it was before. Falling off much slower. So that right there is what cornstarch slurry does. So this is pretty much it right here. This is our dish. And then that gets served over rice. And And that's it. Let me show you guys the final product. This right here is our final product, Japanese curry. Just like they do it in the animes. No lie. Hold up. No lie, this curry. This is the second time I've ever made this dish. It's just as good as the first. The only thing I would change is don't salt the chicken because, like, bro, I promise you that little golden curry stuff that we put in there, bro, it's enough flavor. You don't need to salt nothing in this dish. No seasoning, no nothing, bro. That little curry stick that we put in here is enough. And it's funny because this is like the definition of comfort food. Like, I understand why they always be eating this in anime. Because I've only ever eaten this 2 times in my life, but I feel like I've been eating this my whole life. Like, this is definitely one of my favorite dishes. Oh man, this shit fire, nigga. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I gotta stop cooking before work, man. And the shit fire. Like, comment, subscribe. And catch me in the next video, man. Next recipe. This shit gas. I'm almost done too. This shit fire, nigga.